that they were in dire need of office infrastructure and other working tools, and they needed to sell off 2 acres of the land. And Elvis, gave approval for this to be done. So where's the state capture in it? I have asked a question, more important question about what they said they wanted to use the proceeds for. They wanted to use it to build an edifice or do something. We don't see anything there.
Yes. Now, what is emerging from my continuous oversight is that there was really no payment before the NDC left office. And I challenge anybody to produce evidence that these private people had paid anybody. In other words, they did not conclude those discussions that were ongoing. That is the information I have.
Okay.
Now, I have said in this campaign that I will not hold brief for anybody or defend anybody who has not conducted themselves in a way that is in the interest of the state, whether you belong to my party or not. I have not seen really any conclusive evidence that the parks and gardens land in cantonments were sold. Now, the information that came to my attention was a recent attempt by this developer called Danny Ike, who I'm told is the second person to have purchased the land after Wurintumi claims to have had that land, even though the evidence is emerging that they did not finalize that transaction. Now, Danny Ike, a few weeks ago, went to place containers on that Parks and Gardens land. And then I got the tip-off. I immediately raised alarm and then filed an urgent question in Parliament. Because Parks and Gardens is under the local government ministry, I asked the local government minister to come explain exactly what is happening. Because I am interested in making sure that we protect our green spaces, we protect state assets. And I don't care whose ox is God in this campaign. This is what the local government minister told Parliament. Quote, in the particular case of the Department of Parks and Gardens land in cantonments, the recent claimant of the portion of the land indicated that he acquired a title to the land in contention, but could not produce same after he took the matter to court. The court subsequently dismissed the case and requested the plaintiff to re-enter the case with the proper documentation. Mr. Speaker, our checks, however, revealed that the claimant did not have any valid documentation to the land. I wish to state that the land in question has a valid certificate of allocation dated 2nd October 1952 to the Department of Parks and Gardens. Mr. Speaker, the Land Use and Spatial Planning Authority had in 2022 cautioned the general public to stay away from the use of the land for any private development purposes. Pursuant to the Land Use and Spatial Planning Act 2016 and its regulations, as well as the Local Governance Act, the usage of green belts, gardens and parks cannot be altered except through Parliament. In this regard, the ministry is working closely with LUSPA to ensure that all the developers and citizens adhere to the planning and development permitting processes under purview. This is what the local government minister told Parliament. Now you have the lands minister telling us something entirely different, that is being sold. And it was sold by the Free and Cry or under the NDC government. Who cares?
So my question again, what's the state capture in there?
Clear state capture. Parks and Gardens, which should help all of us. Faceless elements.
So you are indicting the NDC government for doing this? Except that you are saying by the time you were leaving office, payment had not been made.
Had not been made.
So who do you blame? So who do you blame?
And under this government, a new buyer shows up. So NDC was dealing with Wurintumi. Now, under this government is Danny Ike. I don't know how the transition was done and who Danny Ike dealt with.
Okay.
We are still investigating. But it's clear that the attempt to take over is happening now under this government.
Okay.
It is now that these two containers were sent there. And I have had cause to commend the local government minister.
Yes.
After my question in Parliament, the next day, he moved there, got security personnel to move out the containers, destroy the containers.
Okay.
So there are a few elements in this government who are acting on this, who are on the side of the people and acting patriotically.
Because of time, because of time, you do this for me. The Dubois Center.
Yes.
I just need like a minute around it.
Yes.
You concede that you got it wrong there.